People ask me all the time, they say to me, what is the secret to success? The first rule is trust yourself. Rule number 2 is break the rules. The rule number 3, don't be afraid to fail. The rule number 4, which is don't listen to the naysayers. The rule number 5, which is the most important rule of all, work your butt off. Rule number 6, which is a very important rule, it's about giving back.
If you like action movies or bodybuilding, there's a good chance you've heard of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Known for his great accomplishments as a world champion bodybuilder who went on to become a world action hero, then a successful businessman who went on to become a best-selling author, and finally the governor of California. Arnold surely seems to be living a life full of luck and fortune. But what makes Arnold so remarkable? Would you believe that the man began his career from the ground up with a less than fortunate childhood? However, nothing, not even his family tragedies, could deter Arnold's dedication. He has faced difficulties at nearly every stage of his life, but he believed in himself and worked his way up to the success ladder. Want to learn more? Then let's take a look at his story and to unlocking another key at untapping your potential. Welcome to Untapping Your Potential, where we will share with you motivational stories, motivational figures, and comeback stories, and public speaking tips that will keep you growing and inspire you to take action. Being born and raised in the small town of Thal, Austria, a country that had just suffered a crushing defeat in the World War, did you know that this had a profound impact on young Arnold? We lived in this little house and there was no food. It was really my mother who had to go out and beg for food. It was really hard. I was poor because I didn't have anything. I had no money. I had nothing. We had no TV. We had no refrigeration. We had nothing as kids. But I was rich because I had a dream. Arnold had a difficult childhood during this time. His alcoholic father, a police officer, and a member of the Nazi Party, was always harsh and abusive to him. They didn't want to create an individual. It was all about conforming. I was the one who couldn't conform and whose will could not be broken. Therefore, I became a rebel. Every time I got hit and every time someone said, "You can't do this," I said, "This is not going to be for much longer because I'm going to move out of here. I want to be rich. I want to be somebody." Every time he hit me, every time he said weight training was garbage, that I should do something useful and go out and chop wood, every time he disapproved of me or embarrassed me, it put fuel in the fire in my belly. It drove me and motivated me. After learning about Roy Reg Park, he discovered his golden ticket and his way out of Austria when he was 15 years old. Reg Park was a champion bodybuilder who used his bodybuilding success to break into Hollywood. And it was after hearing about this man and his success that Arnold made a firm decision about what he wanted to be and to do with his life. Arnold served his 1-year compulsory Austrian army service as a tank driver at the age of 18, when he was in prison on charges of insubordination for competing in the Junior Mr. Europe competition. Arnold then relocated in Munich, Germany to attend business school. I went to college. I went and worked out 5 hours a day. I was working in construction because in those days, in bodybuilding, there was no money. I didn't have money for food, supplements, or anything. I had to go to work. I worked in construction. I went to college. I worked out in the gym. And at night, from 8 o'clock at night to 12 midnight, I went to acting classes 4 times a week. As I did all that, there was not one single minute that I wasted. Just 2 years later, the 20-year-old Austrian was crowned Mr. Universe, becoming the competition's youngest ever winner. In front of me is the Mr. Universe title. So every rep that I do gets me closer to accomplishing that goal, to make this goal, this vision into reality. Every single set that I do, every repetition, every weight that I lift will get me a step closer to turning this goal into a reality. So I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound squat. I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound bench press. I couldn't wait to do another 2,000 reps of sit-ups. I couldn't wait for the next exercise. He went on to win the title 5 times, as well as Mr. Olympia 7 times. You see, if you don't have a vision of where you're going If you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere. There's no magic pill. There's no magic out there. You cannot get around. You have to work and work and work. We have 24 hours a day. We sleep 8 hours a day, so it gives you 18 hours. So we have 18 hours a day. The average person works around 8 to 10 hours. Let's assume it's 10 hours. So we have 8 hours left. Then you travel around an hour a day, maybe 2 hours a day. So now you still have 6 hours left. What do you do within these 6 hours? So you got to work hard. After immigrating to the United States in 1968, at the age of 21, Schwarzenegger helped propel bodybuilding into the mainstream. He then turned his attention to acting. I remember that after I was finished with my bodybuilding career, I wanted to get into acting. I wanted to be a star in film. You can imagine what the agents said when I went to meet all those agents. Everyone had the same line that it can't be done. The rules are different here, they said. Look at your body. You have this huge, monstrous body, overly developed, that doesn't fit into the movies. And the agents also complained about my accent. They said no one ever became a star with an accent like that, especially not with a German accent. But I didn't listen to all this. Those were their rules, not my rules. I was convinced I could do it if I worked as hard as I did in bodybuilding, 5 hours a day, and I started getting to work. I started taking acting classes. I took English classes, speech classes, dialogue classes. I even took accent removal classes. But let me tell you something. I had a good time doing all these things, and it really helped me, and finally I broke through. And I started getting the first parts on TV. His big breakthrough came into the movie Conan the Barbarian. The bodybuilder turned aspiring actor fit the bill perfectly. Conan's success led to other film roles, including The Terminator, a 1984 film directed by the emerging director James Cameron. Because of his foreign accent, the line, "I'll be back," became one of the most famous lines in film history. He's been in classic films such as Conan, Terminator, Total Recall, Predator, Twins, True Lies, Commando, Eraser, Kindergarten Cop. He appeared in The Expendables 2 in 2012, The Last Stand in 2013, Escape Plan in 2014, as well as Sabotage and The Expendables 3 in 2014, before reprising his iconic role in Terminator Genesis in 2015 and Terminator Dark Fate in 2019. If I had listened to the naysayers, I would still be in the Australian Ops Yachting, honestly. Trust yourself, no matter what anyone else thinks. Believe in yourself and your vision, and success will come. Never listen if someone says you can't do something. Arnold Schwarzenegger is now one of the most well-known people on the planet. He rose to prominence in entertainment, philanthropy, business, and even as a 2-term governor of California after a successful bodybuilding career. We all fail. It's okay.
What is not okay is that when you fail, you stay down.
Whoever stays down is a loser, and winners will fail and get up. Fail and get up. You always get up. That is a winner. That is a winner. I failed in bodybuilding. I lost bodybuilding competition. I lost powerlifting competition and lost weightlifting competitions. I had movies that went to the toilet that were terrible and they got the worst reviews. And in politics, I remember I had many of the initiatives on the ballot and we lost. My approval ratings in California went down to 28% and then it went back up again, and I won the governorship again. Hey, we all lose. We all have losses. This is okay. And this is why I say don't be worried about losing. Because when you're afraid of losing, then you get frozen. You get stiff. You're not relaxed. But in order to perform well in anything, will only happen when you're relaxed. It's okay to fail. Let's just go all out and give it everything that you got.
That's what it is all about. So don't be afraid to fail.
Just remember, you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pocket. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Notice a common trend. It's all about growing and improving yourself. Arnold spoke passionately about goals, claiming that having a clear vision was one of the reasons he was successful. Try being comfortable, being uncomfortable. And along with this, you must believe in yourself. You can overcome these negative comments and achieve your goals if you have that clear goal, vision, and faith in yourself. And when you do, the clear goal will give you something to aim for. you will be able to commit to it and take action. You start to learn to adjust and pivot towards your journey of success. Arnold's success was built on clear goals and quick action, and you can do the same. Let me ask you a personal question. How big is your dream? If your dream doesn't scare you, then it's not big enough. Just as Arnold himself once said, strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. Thanks for watching this video. How would you like to hear more motivational stories on a consistent basis? Do me a favor and support the channel by sharing, commenting below, and please make sure to like and hit that subscribe button to get the latest updates. Soon, you will be on your way to feeling inspired.